I'm Michelle from NerdyMomsUnited.com, and today we're going to talk about how to solve the problem with Elementor not showing the changes you've made. Stay to the end, I have something special for you. There are many reasons why you can't see your changes you've made in Elementor, but I'm going to go through all of those reasons with you and how to fix them. You could be having a caching issue with the host that you're using. I'm using WordPress, most bloggers do. It could be also a issue with a plugin that's caching that needs to be cleared. It could be also the browser you're using. It's really well known that Elementor sometimes has disagreements with Google Chrome and its caching. So that could be also. It is well known that Google Chrome browser has an issue with caching and can cause Elementor to not display the new changes you have made. We're going to look into that issue too. It could be also that the CSS, which is known as your cascading style sheets in Elementor, need to be regenerated. And you could be using a CDN, which is a content delivery network. If you are, that could also need to be cleared as well. You can find all of these troubleshooting steps at NerdyMomsUnited.com at this address here. I will post this link below the video so you can get to this as well. Alright, so if you're using WordPress, the most common host providers are SiteGround and Bluehost when running a blog with WordPress. If you're currently using SiteGround, if you're currently using the SiteGround caching plugin, use the link at the top of your WordPress dashboard to clear your cache. If you're using Bluehost, you'll see the word caching at the top of your WordPress dashboard. Click on Purge All and that will clear your cache. Don't worry, it's not deleting anything that you need, it's just clearing your cache. Once you do that, we're going to test your Elementor. Click on Pages on your site navigation on the left-hand side. Go to the page you want to test and click on Edit with Elementor and see if it loads up. Once it's loaded up, make a change and verify that you can see the changes. Another reason why you're not seeing the new changes you made in Elementor in your website is there could be a caching plugin that needs to be cleared. The most common free caching plugins is W3 Total Cache, WP Super Cache, and WP Fastest Cache. All of these are great free plugins and they do a great job. Occasionally, you might not see the new changes you made in Elementor on your live site. And maybe the cache with one of these plugins that you're using just needs to be cleared. Now bear in mind, you only need one of these three caching plugins for caching on your website. Not all three, you just only need one. No matter which one you're using, I have screenshots of how do you clear each one. On the top, here's W3 Total Cache. You just go to your performance link and then to the dashboard link. In the center panel, click on Empty All Caches. That will clear your cache for that website. If you're using WP Super Cache, you will go to your settings and then you'll find WP Super Cache in that menu. In the center screen, you're going to look for Delete Cache Pages. This is the button you want to select so you can get rid of the caching. If by chance you are using WP Fastest Cache, you just look in your left-hand navigation bar. Sometimes it's right below your settings button. You click on that and you click on Delete Cache tab. Because normally when it opens up, it always opens up in the Settings tab. You want to click on the Delete Cache tab. And just scroll down and find the big blue button for Delete Cache and you click on that. Once you're done, we're going to test again and make sure your cache is cleared and that you can actually see the changes you made in Elementor. Again, we're going to go back to that page that you had before. You're going to click on Pages in your navigational bar and find the page that you want to test. Click on Edit with Elementor and make a change and see if it shows up. If it does, then your cache is clear and the rest of your changes should show up. Another reason why you're running into this problem is one of the browsers you are using needs to have its cache cleared. The three most common is Google Chrome, Edge, and FireFox. And as Edge changes, they've been changing their logo, so I included both just in case. I know that these logos tend to change over time, but that way it makes it a little easier. Most commonly, a lot of WordPress users will use Google Chrome. I do, because a lot of the features work best in Google Chrome. But also, you will run into a time when you need to test your website in different browsers. This is one of them when you don't see your changes. First, we're going to go over how to clear your browser cache on Google Chrome. When you're in Google Chrome, all you do is click on the three dots on the far right hand side. These are your ellipses. Once the menu opens up, you're going to scroll down to more tools. Once you click on that, this little flyout menu will come up. Third item on the bottom, or third item from the top, is clear browser data. So you'll click on that and you'll get this handy little window. Here in the time range, you want to click on all time. And you just click on these two boxes here. Make sure they're checked. You want to make sure you got cookies and other data settings and cache, image, and files. Clearing those will take care of why you don't see your changes in Elementor. Once you got that selected, hit clear data. If you haven't cleared your cache in a while, it's going to take a little bit of time, but no worry, it's getting it done. Once it's done, the box will close and then you can test. Now, if you're using Windows Edge, you'll need to clear its cache. To clear its cache, you want to open up the browser window, click on the three dots, which are the ellipses in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to scroll down to settings. In settings, this window will show up. Sometimes the flyout window is open, sometimes it's not. So when it's open, you want to click on Privacy and Security, which has a little lock. Sometimes it's closed and it'll look like this, but no matter what, you want the lock. Once you click on that lock, you want to click on Choose What to Clear. That's when this window will open. You want to check these three boxes: cookies and saved website data, cache data and files, tabs I have set aside or recently closed. Once you select those three, you click on the clear button and let it do its thing, and you're good to go. And then you can go ahead and test your Elementor. Now, what if you're using Firefox? Well, don't worry, I'm going to help you with that too. With Firefox, to clear its cache settings, instead of the little dots, they have the hamburger menu, which is in the upper right-hand corner, which looks like these three lines stacked up on top of each other. Once you click on that, this menu will appear. You want to click on the options icon that has the little cogwheel, and this window will open. You want to make sure you're in the privacy and security area, and you're going to scroll down until you find cookies and site data. Once you do that, you're going to click on the button that says Clear Data, and this window will come up. In the Clear Data window, you want to go ahead and click on the bottom box. You can click both if you want, it's up to you, but you definitely want to check the cached website content box. So you want to check that and click on the Clear button. Now all three of your browsers are clear. And now we can test. You can go back to your WordPress dashboard and click on Pages. Find the page you want to test. Click on Elementor, or click on Edit with Elementor. Once it comes up, make a small change, save and publish, and then go ahead and take a look and see if your change has been made. Another reason your changes have not shown up is because Elementor Cascading Style Sheet, which is CSS needs to be regenerated. This is really easy to do. It does not sound as complicated as it sounds. All you need to do is in your WordPress dashboard, find the Elementor link on the left-hand side. Once you click on that, go to Tools, and then in the center pane, in the Generals tab, it's the very top option. It says Regenerate CSS. Just click that button and let it do its thing, and you're good to go from there. And then you can go ahead and test to see if you can see your changes in Elementor. You do that again by going to Pages, finding the page you want to test, click on Edit with Elementor, and make a small change, save, and then click the View button to see if your changes are showing up. But what if you're using a content delivery network, also known as a CDN, and you need to clear those settings? Well, that's pretty easy. If you do not use a CDN or a content delivery network, then this step is not for you. You can ignore this step. But if you do, especially if you're using Cloudflare, log into your Cloudflare account and go to the dashboard and click on the caching button. From there, you're going to be on the caching home screen, and you want to scroll down until you find Purge Cache. Click on the Purge Cache button, and you want to purge everything. Don't worry, it's not getting rid of anything important that you need, but you want to click on that. Once that is done, we're going to go back to your WordPress dashboard and click on Pages. Find the page you want to test, click on Edit with Elementor, let it load up, and then that's where you're going to make a small change, save and publish, and click on View and see if your changes show up. And that's how you fix that issue. I know there's several different things that can cause this issue, and I wanted to make sure you had them all, because anytime I did research on this issue, no one had all of the steps to check for this problem. So I knew that I really need to make a video and a post about this so I can help other bloggers out that are using Elementor. Another thing that I did is I made this handy Elementor troubleshooting guide that follows everything step by step, very similar to how I did this video, so that way you know how to fix these things for yourself. This guide covers several of the most common problems with Elementor, and I think this will help you out a lot, so that way you don't have to struggle anymore searching the internet trying to figure out how to solve these problems. This very problem plus several others are in this very guide that will help you solve that problem. So this was the special I wanted to tell you about, because this is going to make it so much easier for you. Because anytime I've had a problem with Elementor, I could never find anyone who had all the steps on how to fix the issue. Well, I did all the homework and all the research for you, so that way you didn't have to deal with that. So get my guide. I'll leave a link below so that way you can check it out for yourself. It covers these several different issues that you run into Elementor. And if I run into another one, I guarantee you I'll be updating this guide and putting it in there. And if you buy it, you're also entitled to any of the updates I make to it, as long as I am offering this item. So check it out. The link is below. If you like my video, subscribe and like, and leave some comments if you have any questions about my videos. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. This is Michelle with NerdyMomsUnited.com.